Oh man, say it ain't so. Oh no. The DAZN curse continues. Breaking news. It looks like, according to reports that are published, John Ryder is flying out in the event that Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders and the new Ringgate dispute doesn't get resolved. It's a backup opponent. So John Ryder reportedly flying out from the UK to possibly step in case Saunders backs out of the fight. I'm gonna talk about all that and more in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. Listen, before I get started, make sure, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. If this is your first time hearing my voice, or if you haven't done it, hit the subscribe button. If you like content like this, I talk about all things boxing, the latest and greatest, give you guys the news, views, Ego Weight Watchers, pioneered this game. So show support, hit the like button, hit the bell notification for post notifications so you don't miss a thing, and support the sweet science. Let's go. Now, reports surface, link in the description, that John Ryder is now flying out to Dallas in the event that the Billy Joe Saunders fight with Canelo, the main event, doesn't happen. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then that means you haven't subscribed to the channel or you haven't watched the videos. I just talked about this, the breaking news, yesterday when it came out. So in case you live under a rock, the situation is this. Actually, I'll pull it up like this. You have Billy Joe Saunders, who is scheduled to, who is that? You have Billy Joe Saunders, who is scheduled to fight against Canelo Alvarez, right? And there's a dispute. Team Saunders claim they agreed to fight in a 24-foot ring. However, they say after visiting the venue in Dallas, Texas, they have been told that the ring is only 20 feet. Team Saunders say they will fight in a ring no less than 22 feet and will be going home if the ring situation is not rectified. So he's threatening to basically pull out if his demands aren't met, which he and his father are upset with, and his team. Here's the video. Billy Joe Saunders' pops says the fight is off. So that just came out. This came out today. It says Billy Joe Saunders' pops claims the fight is off. Canelo versus Saunders in Texas over the ring size being too small and not the same size as previously discussed in the contract. So this is Billy Joe Saunders' dad, and this is what he's saying. He says if you purchase tickets, you should just go home. If you purchase tickets, ask for a refund because the fight's not happening.
Ask for your money back if you...
See, he said ask for your money back. Not a good look, John Ryder flying out. This is not a big fight. See, first of all, Billy Joe Saunders has a belt, even though we can argue how he got it and is he a certified champion, stuff like that. John Ryder has no belt. Why is he wearing a Canelo is the champ shirt? It's really weird. But anyway, him flying out as a replacement, that would be bad. According to Eddie Hearn, he claims that this event sold like 40 to 70,000 tickets pre-sale. So if that's true, which, you be the judge if it's true. 70,000 pre-sale tickets, then that means they came for the main event, right? Canelo Alvarez, but also to see him in the unification. So if you have to switch it out last minute, that'll be a bad look. The other thing is this, the DAZN curse continues. I've been telling you guys don't want to listen to me, but the proof is in the pudding. So I tweeted this out earlier. DAZN curse continues. Report suggesting John Ryder is flying out in case Billy Joe Saunders backs out in the fight over the ring dispute. But Billy Joe Saunders, in case you don't know, he already beat John Ryder before he even had to fight with Chris Eubank. So the fight that really put Billy Joe Saunders on the map was probably the Eubank Jr. fight. And even before that, when he fought John Ryder in 2013, he beat him. So in my opinion, I think, like I said in this tweet, it's a terrible look if they don't get this sorted out for the main event. Again, they claim that this did 70,000 tickets and, all these things. And at the end of the day, if you can't give what you promised, which is the fight with Canelo and Saunders, it's a bad look. Now, just to give you guys some more updates, Canelo did all the press stuff by himself. So you see there's no Billy Joe Saunders, right? All the pictures from today, look, Canelo's waiting by himself. They're supposed to be in, like, so just look how bad this looks. You have Jerry Jones, you know, one of the richest, if not the richest sports team in all of America, Dallas Cowboys. They say it's America's team, right? You got all this media, and you got Canelo doing face-offs with Eddie Reynoso because his opponent didn't show up because he says and claims that he was promised a different size ring. I mean, that's a bad look. That's a bad look. Like, you have to be considerate and professional, be considerate of other people's time and the energy that it takes to do this. Like, PBC had a fight with Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence, and I went to that fight at AT&T Stadium, you know, before the pandemic had kicked in or whatever. And none of this happened. You'll see pictures in the AT&T Stadium and the face-off, everything on the media day, fight week schedule happened. So you have this big giant, and I've been in the AT&T Stadium. It's huge. They say everything is big in Texas. Everything is bigger in Texas. And you got this big old venue that you've occupied. They took the time to put, you see this big Canelo poster and then Billy Joe Saunders. And guess where Billy Joe Saunders is instead of being there with Canelo doing the media obligations? Oh, that's right. He's in his hotel, and he posted this watching Scarface. So I just don't understand why old media can't get anything right. So he's at this hotel, and he's making it a point by even posting this because he didn't have to post anything, and he knows people are going to check if he was a no-show. So Canelo's by himself. There's no fight hype promotional things happening, you know, to hype up the event. And Canelo's just by himself, no face off. You know, the media showed, probably wanted to get Canelo and Eddie Reynoso's opinions, but also interview Billy Joe Saunders. But Billy Joe Saunders chose to not show up. It's unprofessional, it's lacking, it lacks class. And look, here's the, like, I guess the programming and stuff like that. And I just look at it like, just for, you're trying to sell a fight. You get what I'm saying? You're trying to sell a fight. You want people to order and all this shenanigans. And then now John Ryder, who Billy Joe Saunders, as I mentioned, beat in 2013, is ready to step up to the plate if this can't be resolved. And Tyson Fury, friend of Billy Joe Saunders, and Billy Joe Saunders are complaining and saying they're ready to walk. His dad saying he's ready to walk. I don't know. And like, honestly, this is what happens when you look. Why did he post this if he wasn't going to show? Oh, he posted that yesterday. So I don't know if he's doing it for promotion or if Eddie Hearn, you know, wants some kind of Jerry Springer type of, you know, promotional run. So they're just trying to gain interest. But all this, to be honest, is a bad look because it just doesn't look professional. If Billy Joe Saunders, no matter what, I feel like if he doesn't go through with this fight, then it's gonna be a bad look. I don't know how you recover. But even if he does go through the fight, if he doesn't win and he loses, I think it's pretty much over for Billy Joe Saunders in terms of people needing or wanting to see him. He's had all these misconducts and, you know, run-ins like that, said some regrettable things, and then now he's doing all this. Listen, ringside, I don't know, but if you don't have it in the contract, then you're kind of out on your own. So I don't know. This whole thing looks like a mess. He's trying to prove a point or whatever, but this just looks sloppy. Another black eye for boxing because this is not good press for sure, and it doesn't make people want to, I would imagine, hurry up and go out and support. It's just drama and back and forth and threatening to pull out and stuff like this. I feel like all these things could have been handled and should have been handled. They say Canelo Alvarez is the face of boxing, right? They say, old media, this is what they say. They say he's the face of boxing. So how are his events having hiccups like this, where either Billy Joe Saunders was promised something and then you switched it on him, or he's, just finding a reason, like getting cold feet or whatever the situation is. It's just a bad look, especially when you're charging people for the product, and then you got media people showing up and they only get to see Canelo. He looks ready to go. He looks ready to fight. He's a true professional, so he's showed up and he's done his part. How can Billy Joe Saunders hold up the event like that? It's just not, to me, it's not good, bro. Whatever. Let me know what you guys think. Also, use my link in the description to get TUBEBUDDY. It's a great way to take your YouTube channel up a notch. I started off with 0 subscribers, over 200,000 now. TUBEBUDDY is a resource that I've definitely used. Let me know what you guys think. This whole situation looks a mess, but that's just my opinion. We out.